and acupuncture moves into cosmetic treatments. That's next week here on Today.
Ooh. Well, you may remember recently when we had those madcap, you could say, funny men, the Doug Anthony Allstars, into the studio. We're certainly still getting over that day, and of course also that song.
There's a lot of talking you gotta do. Whoa, you're the best morning crew. Whoa, listen, Steve, listen, Steve. Well, little Steve, he is so urbane. But under that smile, we know his insane.
Fiddle with your earpiece, tap your pen against the sole of your shoe.
Well, the All-Stars have now gone, we're pleased to say, back to England in search of fame and fortune where they'll never get it. So they'll be waiting when Prime Minister Paul Keating arrives there to meet the Queen and John Major in a few weeks. They've been smoothing the way for him, and they join us now. Richard, Paul and Tim, thank you very much for joining us, and I gather that one of the major tasks you've got ahead of you is reporting on Paul Keating's visit to Great Britain.
Yes, well, we've been talking very recently to some of the royal watchers. Lady Colin Campbell, the writer of Diana in Private, and of course James Whittaker, another royal writer, and both of them assured us that the Queen's looking forward to Paul Keating's visit very much, and the whole notion of republicanism apparently titillates her and pleases her quite greatly, because as you know, she's got a lot on her plate, and she really wants to give Paul Keating a good, gentle pat on the back, as it were.
Is Steve there at the moment there, Liz? Where's Steve at the moment? Where's he gone?
Steve is not feeling too well today.
Oh, that's a pity, because we've got a special song for him. Do you want to hear it?
I'd love to.
Here you go, Steve, just for you.
I got the money in my pocket. I got the cookies in my hand. I gotta watch that Steve Liebmann, because he's a rock and roll man.
Yeah! Steve there, woo! Steve there. Steve there, let your hair hang down. Steve there. Steve there. Steve there, let your hair hang down.
That goes out to you, Steve. Hope you get well soon, son.
I reckon that could brighten him up if nothing can. That will.
This whole town's been going nuts here in London. Of course, it's freezing cold here. It's about 4 o'clock in the morning, and we've been running around filming lots of stories for Channel 9, which will be coming up soon. We tried to get a hold of Craig McLaughlin, who's doing Greece at the moment, but sadly to say, Craig was a bit too scared to talk to all three of us at once and backed out at the last moment. Well,
it is a formidable task, I must say. I mean, do you anticipate confronting Paul Keating if you get the chance?
Look, we'd love to talk to Paul. There are a lot of stories going around about him at the moment in the media here. They're all wondering whether what he's going to actually say to the Queen when he sees her, how he's going to actually put it to her, like, bye-bye, Liz. It's been great.
Yes. It's all over, Liz.
Well, the way it looks at the moment is recent statistics suggest that the Brits, in fact, every 3 years tend to want to make Britain a republic by increments of 7% increasing, which means that by the year 2000 they will have actually overtaken Australia's 51% in favour of a republic. So it looks like the Brits might become a republic before we do. Oh. We'll probably end up being the only banana monarchy in town.
I've got to say that the British press aren't too keen on us. I mean, they think that we're pretty awful, basically, because of our Republican stand and because of Paul Keating putting his arm around the Queen. I mean, they're keen on Paul Keating fronting up?
That's actually changing here in this country at the moment. Being Australians in England at the moment is fantastic. People constantly coming up to us on the street saying they love our Prime Minister, they think he's a sex god, they think republicanism is probably the best thing that happened to Australia ever. It really is fantastic. In pubs, you just walk in, they'll buy you drinks.
But it is true, Liz, they do still seem to think we are rather uncouth types, and we can't possibly imagine what's given that impression.
The Irish really like Paul Keating. I think he had a very successful visit to Ireland, and of course President Robinson from Ireland came to Australia, and the Irish really like him because I think he was a bit of a larrikin, a bit of a wild man, a bit of a tearaway. And of course the President of Ireland is a very effective president and a lovely lady. We're going to be interviewing her next week for Channel 9, The Today Show.
I know, you've really been out there treading the turf. We're very happy about your ability to get around town and get the big stories for us. Before we leave, anything special?
Well, next we're going to be talking to Madonna, and we're going to be singing her this little song. It's the Australian national anthem.
Australia's sons, let us rejoice, for we are young and free.
Have a banana.
Goodbye, sea.
Stuff it.
Send her victorious, happy and
Wonderful performance. Great effort there by the extras from Channel 9.
See you, Liz.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us.
We love you, Liz.